How about the New Orleans Saints, though? So a few times say, I mentioned the imagery of Sean Payton gathering the All-Pro Infinity Stones, right? And there's three of them. There's Mike Thomas, Deonte Harris, and then there's the big one, the MVP of this year's team, in my opinion, at least the MVP of the offense, and that is Alvin Kamara. Sean Payton is not speaking on Alvin Kamara's status this week. However, did y'all see Kamara's Twitter last night at 8 p.m.? Alvin Kamara tweeted, "See y'all Sunday," with a heart emoji. Looks like Kamara's back on the menu, boys. And this does beg the question. Musso Dane, if you have any thoughts on this, feel free to jump in. Is Alvin Kamara the most important player on this Saints team? I think that DeMario Davis is up there. I think that obviously Drew Brees is up there. And as we talked about a lot of the year, I think Mike Thomas is up there. But when you look at the Saints' success this season, no one has been more responsible for it than Alvin Kamara. A franchise record, 21 touchdowns, the NFL leader in scores despite missing that last game, career high in rushing yards with 932, career high in catches with 83, the first player in 55 years. Scores 6 touchdowns in a game. And how's this for some historical context? Lest you don't fully understand just how good Alvin Kamara has been this year. Jeff Duncan earlier this week looked at running backs who have challenged for the MVP award, right? Running backs who have received MVP votes. And listen to how comparable their seasons are to what you've witnessed out of Alvin Kamara, even though he's not going to have a chance for MVP because of Aaron Rodgers has it, and then Derrick Henry is going to be the one that would get the nod out of the running back group. But in 1999, Alvin Kamara averaged, 1999, Alvin Kamara was born. Marshall Faulk averaged 7.1 yards per touch, scored 12 touchdowns. He finished second in the MVP voting. In 2000, Marshall Faulk went for 6.6 yards per touch, scored 26 touchdowns. He won NFL MVP. In 97, Barry Sanders averaged 6.4 yards per touch, 14 scores. He finished as co-MVP. If we're using this combination of yards per touch and touchdowns as the metric, do you know who checks in next on that list? Alvin Kamara, 6.3 yards per touch, 21 touchdowns. So again, he is not going to win MVP, but there is an argument to be made that he is the most valuable player on this New Orleans Saints team. And so getting him back is massive. And you may say, oh, but T-Bob, will he be ready? I mean, what's he been doing during the week? Here's what Adam Schefter tweeted. After testing positive last week, Saints running back Alvin Kamara is participating in live practices this week remotely via TVU Network's technology, per source. Kamara has a transceiver, which is a live video decoder, at his home and is viewing practice as the Saints implement their game plan. I learned what a video decoder is. It's quite simple. All it is obviously it's taking a compressed stream from the cameras at practice, runs it through its engine, and then he's getting a full HD, full resolution live view of practice. Sean Payton has always described Alvin Kamara as one of the smartest players he's ever coached. We all know physically where Kamara's at right now. He looks excellent. He is healthy. He even got this week off to get even healthier and more physically ready to go. This is a man who's taking care of business. This is a man who is not going to miss a beat, just missing a week of practice. So that's already massive, getting Alvin Kamara back. But if that wasn't big enough, you have 2 more All-Pros. Who else can say that they are returning 3 All-Pros going into Wild Card Weekend? You got Deonte Harris, who is massive in the return game. And in the playoffs, the third phase of the game, special teams, begins to mean more and more. And then you got Mike Thomas. And maybe a full-strength Mike Thomas. I say maybe because I'm not sure, but that was the entire idea behind putting him on injured reserve, was trying to get him right for this playoff run, right? That's every single decision that the Saints organization has made, top to bottom, offseason, during the season, how to manage guys, everything has been leading up to this moment, culminating in trying to be ready when the playoffs start, and that's exactly what they've done. Yet, despite all these injuries and everything else, they managed to go 12-4, get the 2 seed, give themselves a great round 1 matchup. If we extrapolate it into round 2, you gotta like their path through those first couple of rounds. So the plan is coming together. And now so much of that plan relies on Kamara and Mike Thomas and Drew Brees. And can Mike Thomas, 3 guys that have only shared the field for 10 quarters this year. 10 quarters. Can they be, if all three of those are playing at their best, I'm not sure there's a stronger three offensive combination in the entirety of the NFL playoffs. So the potential for this team is massive. But it's not just the all-pros. You also have the entire running back room back. Latavius Murray, Michael Burton, Dwayne Washington. And earlier, we mentioned the defense, right? We mentioned that if this Saints team is going to avoid the heartbreak of the last 3 years, what has killed them the last 3 years, it's going to be because of the defense. And so I thought this was pretty big news as well, as Chauncey Gardner-Johnson looks like he is going to be back just in time to torture the Bears once again. Remember last time in the regular season matchup versus the Bears, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson led the team. He had 9 tackles, 2 TFLs. He also had that incredible moment where he trolled Javon Wims into jumping him a full series after C.D. Deuce originally snatched his mouthpiece. I mean, it was one of the best things I've ever seen. C.D. Deuce he's a troll. And I mean that in the most positive way. He weasels his way into the opponent's heads, and that's the guy that I want by me in the playoffs. If he can get somebody to punch me and get himself kicked out of the game, and not even an emotional punch, a premeditated punch. Javon Wims straight up sat there on the sideline for an entire series fuming before he got another play on the field. And the second he did after the play, he immediately ran over to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and attacked him. That's a good job by C.D. Deuce. And he is now back as well. So as I said, man, it's all coming together. The momentum is in the Saints' favor. 20 of the original 22 starters are going to be available for that playoff game on Sunday. That is so rare. And as a Saints fan, you should be so excited. Things are really lining up here. Let's see, like Drew Brees says many, many moons ago, we're just going to lay it all out there and let the chips fall where they may. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe below. You want more great Saints content? We got it all here on Off the Bench Overtime. Check out these other videos, share with your friends, and let's grow the Who Dat Nation together. Who Dat?